The basic principles of editing DV are the same in almost any program. You have clips of video that you place on a timeline and then move around or alter to construct your movie. We're going to be using iMovie, which is a very basic editing program to demonstrate these principles, but they hold true for pretty much any DV editing software. Let's take a look at our workspace in iMovie. We have the monitor on the left and the clips window right next to it. Down at the bottom is the timeline where your movie will eventually be assembled. In between the timeline and viewing window are various tool buttons. Right below the monitor is the scrubber bar, which lets you drag through your movie or scrub to find the place you want to be. Going from left to right through the other controls, we have the View by Clip and View in Timeline buttons, the Camera and Edit Mode switch, which is used to switch between capturing footage and editing your movie, the Playback controls, the Volume slider, and the Control Panel buttons, with such special features as transitions and titles. Let's go step by step through cutting together a movie. First, make sure that when you're done capturing, you've switched back to edit mode. Hopefully, you've also named your clips, so they're easy to find. Well, the fastest thing to do is grab a clip from the clip window and drag it down onto the timeline. It will disappear from the clip window and appear as a bar on the timeline, which shows you how long the clip is. You can move this clip around on the timeline by clicking in the middle of the clip and dragging it one way or the other. Now, if you grab another clip and drag it down, bam! You've just made your first edit. That jump from one clip or shot to the other is called a cut. Ideally, your cuts are pretty smooth and keep the flow and pace of your movie going nicely. You probably didn't capture your footage knowing exactly where you'd cut, and hopefully you left a little at the beginning and at the end, just in case. Luckily, iMovie has considered this, and you don't just assemble your clips, you can also trim them. When you hold your cursor over the cut on your timeline, you can see it becomes a line with arrows sticking out of it. You can drag the end of your clip to shorten or trim it. If you've shortened a clip and want to bring some of it back, but there's another clip right next to it, you have two options. If you just use your trim tool to lengthen the clip, the other clips will automatically move to accommodate your new, longer shot. But if you want to overwrite the video in the next shot, then hold Control and use the trim tool. This will leave all the other clips in place and extend the clip you're working with over the clip next to it. Now, when I say overwrite, I only mean within the timeline. Your footage is still there as part of the clip, and you can trim it back to its full size. In fact, iMovie will tell you if your clip has been trimmed or not. If your clip has rounded edges, it means that it is at its full length. If it has a flat edge, then you have trimmed it, and you could lengthen it if you wanted to. As you become more adept at trimming your clips, you'll probably want to get more and more precise. This is where the zoom feature comes in. At the far left, under your timeline, you'll see a zoom slider. Use this to zoom in and out from your timeline. You can zoom in to make very exact adjustments, even frame by frame, which is as precise as you can get. Or you can zoom out your timeline to see your whole movie assembled. As you add clips to your timeline and adjust them how you like them, you might want to try using the scrub bar. The little triangle right below the monitor is your handle for the scrub bar, and right next to it, you'll see the time you're at in your timeline. You can grab that triangle and move it along the line to any point in your movie. The image in the monitor will change as you scrub back and forth, so you can find exactly where you want to be. You are now officially cutting your movie. Adding clips to the timeline, shortening or extending them, and rearranging them is the essence of editing. You can now effectively manage the shot choice and pacing in your scene. The basic tools are right there at your fingertips. And there's just a few more basic tools to learn. Right below that scrub bar are your playback controls. The big play button in the middle will play your movie from wherever you are in your timeline or scrub bar. The rewind button to the left isn't like a normal rewind. You can use the scrub bar for that. But instead, will take you straight to the beginning of your project. This can be really convenient when you have a long project. On the right-hand side is the Play in Window button, which will play your movie full screen, so you can just kick back and enjoy your handiwork. You are now an editor.